Markus from Scene TV. Today we're down at the Adelaide Festival Centre for the Easter Appeal, and we're chatting with Rai Thistlethwayte from Thirsty Merc. Welcome, Rai. Good to see you. Awesome. Of course, you're here for the Easter Appeal. You're going to be performing a few numbers, I believe.
Yep.
But you are also going to be going on tour very shortly. Let's talk about that first of all. Promoting last year's album, Shifting Gears. Yep. When does the tour start?
Tour starts April 7 in Canberra. There's about 20 shows nationally. We're playing here in Adelaide on the 15th of April at the Arca Bar. So it's we've got a new single out from our album Shifting Gears, which we released end of last year, as you said. And it's shaping up to be a really good touring period, and everyone's feeling really good about it, and it's good to be back on the road.
Yeah, fantastic. And how has the new album been received by the fans?
It's been received really well, actually. We have released 4 full-length albums now, and this was the first album since we did an EP back in the early 2000s, which is 100% independent. So the band's, organising all the logistics. We had a little help from our friends over at Pledge Music, and our fans got involved in a crowdfunding campaign, which was very successful, and we feel very fortunate to have had such a great dialogue and involvement from the fans. Apart from that, everything's been sort of funded and organised by the band, and it's a kind of an empowering time, although it's a very busy sort of thing to do, to take on all of those jobs yourself. We've been around a while now. We've got a lot of experience on the road and quite a lot of experience in the studio, so we figured it was a good challenge to go with.
So with the tour coming up, are we going to be hearing a lot of the new album, or are you going to be pretty much covering the whole 4 albums?
We've been talking about how to creatively slice it. I think we're going to play obviously some of the singles from the new album. We'll play some of the classics, of course, as we usually do. But we've been thinking about maybe putting some songs that we have recorded on albums or released as B-sides, or some other things that we haven't played for many years. There's some of those things that when you've got a lot of material in the catalogue, it's sort of hard to know how to kind of choose which ones you're going to leave out, which ones you're going to put in. And we're not a paint by numbers kind of band. We're a bunch of creative professionals who like to sort of revitalise the playlist by putting things in that might have had new life breathed into them because just time gone by, and new instrumentation, new ways of arranging songs, new sort of features live, and add a little bit more of that light and shade into the whole sort of listening experience. So
And do you love being out on the road?
Absolutely, yeah. Touring's amazing. It's kind of the most it's where all the the hard work and labour of sort of writing songs and being in the studio I guess it all sort of becomes a more tactile, immediate experience for everybody, and you're there with the fans, and
you're getting that instant feedback from the fans.
Yeah, that's right. Which is really great. I think for me there is a real special passion for creating something that you're really proud of, like writing a song or coming up with a new sort of sound or whatever. But and then recording's great because it's sort of, you spend so long touring and writing that you kind of want to document it and do that. But then the sort of adventure of touring with which is essentially going to work with your best mates and getting to travel around and take your music to the actual people, and getting that sort of that two-way street of being able to connect with the actual people who've helped us stay together and support this whole thing for so long is amazing. So yeah, it's
good times.
Thank you.
Of course, and why we're here today is for the Channel 9 Easter Appeal. Are you going to be doing a couple of numbers for that?
Yep, we're playing, I think we're playing 3 songs, and this all came out of a pretty organic conversation as well. I was friends with someone who was working at Channel 9. Originally we talked about maybe the idea of just making an appearance, coming past, and we found out it was really good timing with us sort of being out, promoting and, also just just being on the road again generally, because we spent a bit of time off the road over the last couple of years. And and then when we found out that it was such a good cause, the other guys came on board, and then it turned into, from a sort of acoustic couple of performances, it turned into a full band thing, and we've ended up being one of the featured artists, and I think we might even be closing out the night. And yesterday was probably the highlight of this little short trip in Adelaide, because we got to go past the Women's and Children's Hospital and actually meet some of the kids who are in there and spending some time there. And so that was, I was talking to my guitarist Matt and said that I think is the highlight of this whole thing, because it really helped us connect with why we're here.
What this is all about.
Yeah, absolutely.